Hey everyone! I decided to make another editing tutorial. The last one was kind of rushed, and honestly, even I couldn't fully watch it back without cringing a little. So this time I'm going to give you a clearer and more complete look at how I usually edit my videos along with my overall editing workflow. These are the main programs and tools I usually use. The first one, and probably the most important, is Google. I mainly use it to search for movies, music, and different kinds of source material. Okay, that sounds kind of obvious, but honestly a lot of people ask me where I find all these old films. My method is actually very simple. I usually just search the movie title, actor's name, and the resolution I want on Google. Most of the time you can find what you're looking for pretty easily. Of course, copyright rules vary depending on the country or region, so some content can be harder to access or more restricted. Once you've found the video you want to edit, you can import everything into your editing software. I originally used Adobe Premiere, but after discovering Jianying, which is basically the Chinese version of CapCut, I gradually started preferring it instead. Of course, it's still not as powerful or professional as dedicated editing software. If you work in photography, filmmaking, or need editing for professional purposes, I'd still recommend using Adobe software. Since I'm Chinese, I use Jianying. It does have some differences compared to the international version of CapCut, but the overall workflow and core features are very similar. You can also find a lot of useful presets that make editing easier. Most of you have probably seen my longer videos already. Honestly, there's nothing especially technical about my editing style. As long as it matches the music and feels visually pleasing to watch, that's usually enough for me. Both of these programs require a subscription if you want access to more advanced features. I've paid for both before, and personally I prefer Jianying. It's also much cheaper overall compared to Adobe. Of course, if you really don't want to subscribe, you can always look for alternative ways yourself, like some crack. But if you plan to take editing seriously or eventually make money from it, I'd still recommend supporting the official versions, since the experience and stability are usually much better. Both of these programs include built-in tutorials when you first install them, so I won't over-explain everything here. I'm honestly not the best at explaining things anyway. They also provide built-in music libraries, but because of copyright issues, I still recommend finding your own music that truly fits the vibe of your video. I also usually do some basic color grading on my videos. Personally, I like slightly increasing the brightness and contrast, but it really depends on the type of video you're making. Sometimes I'll also add filters to help create a certain mood or atmosphere. I showed a short example here, so you can probably see the difference pretty clearly. Next is probably one of the most helpful tools I use the most, Topaz Video AI. I mainly use it to improve frame rates, video quality, and resolution. Different settings and models can produce very different results depending on what you choose. Honestly, this software has made a huge difference in the overall quality of my videos, but it's also heavily dependent on your computer's hardware. My old PC can't really handle the newest enhancement models anymore, so I'm still using an older version. By the way, Jianying also has its own frame interpolation feature, and it's honestly pretty good as well. Finally, if I want more advanced effects, transitions, or higher quality subtitles, I'll use Adobe After Effects. After Effects is the main software I use for more advanced visual effects work. Compared to basic editing tools, I usually rely on it for smoother and more complex effects, transitions, color work, and animated subtitles. Especially for short-form content, it helps improve the pacing, polish, and overall visual presentation of the video, making everything feel more cinematic and refined. Next, I'm going to show the difference between a video edited only with basic Jianying editing and one that's been further processed in After Effects. You'll probably notice a pretty clear difference in the pacing, visual details, and overall atmosphere. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.
You know you're walking right into a trap. I have to go back. You're my parent.